So there are already existing files of Nginx which are in the configuration directory. Those we need to change, and those we need to tweak according to what we are trying to do right now. And the focus is on having a static folder in the right place, which will help Nginx deliver the static and not Django and USGI. Because if Django and USGI are involved, they are not they're not equipped enough to do that, because Django is a development server that we are using, and USGI, even though they recommend on their site you can go ahead and cater to static files, but they also mention somewhere that you can go ahead and use Nginx or even Apache to do that and avoid using the USGI. So what do we have here? We want to basically uh, I've gone ahead and left most of these notes here in the cheat sheet, and this is the location I'm interested in. I'm using gedit. You can use nano, whatever it is that you want to. Now this is the configuration file I already have in place. So this one, it's got upstream Django, so it is giving a upstream location for the Django server, which is on the local host port 9090. So in place of port 9090, we can have absolutely anything else. So port 9090 is, let's say, almost the default in such cases. Now the server name, this is the server name of the site which I have, and if I were to look at this, so this is the DNS propagation checker. It will show my static IP. So this is my public IP. I have a static IP at this location, and it is showing this for my particular domain. So for this domain, which is this over here, I have this particular static IP. So what you could do is, in this config over here, you can even end up putting your static IP. That is okay. So that also works. But I have it configured like this. I think I'll keep it like this only. And this will get mentioned in various places. So in this file itself, it is mentioned in 5 places. The cert port certification will come later on. So there also this would be mentioned. And of course, this is the other server block that I have, which is server listening on the HTTP, not the HTTPS. The HTTPS block is this one. So this one here starts the HTTPS block. And the server name, the char set, of course, there UTF-8. Then I have set a variable. I have rather defined a variable, and I have set it in this manner. So this is a definition of that variable, and that variable is called request custom URI of Dhanka. So it could be request custom URI whatever, but I had many things in here which I have deleted now. So I had one of these variables like this, and this variable defines a path. In this case, it defines a path which will go to initial path called admin approved accounts, and then it will go to login. I can also set this variable as, say, for my app, which is Python Trader, and then I go ahead and say index. So it could take it, it would set the path to the index page. But I'm not doing that. I'm just leaving it like this for now. We'll later on do that. I also, so this is my config for the HTTPS, which will be reached at port 443. Now port 443 and port 80 and few other ports, I have gone ahead and I have opened them and I have given them access on my router. So giving them access on the router basically means that you will have to have a static IP from your ISP. From the ISP's static IP, you will have a modem which will pass on the physical link to your router, and on your router you will have to open up or forward certain ports, uh, which can be done. So I can show that, but that's a D-Link. It's very basic stuff. I'm sure people have done that, and not many people are using that router which I have. I have a very whatever is the default router which was given by the ISP. I have not spent even a single penny on that. So whatever is your router, you will have to open up the ports, and once you have opened up the ports, you will also have to go and check on the firewall. So if the firewall is allowing those ports and you have opened those ports on your router, you are good enough to have your Nginx configuration in this manner. So now let's the next one is the location of media. Okay, now over here I have put in something. This is just for testing purpose. So in case you just want to test your Nginx config and you want to see whether within that block you are able to reach, so you can put a return 200 over there or return 404 or whatever. So whatever is that you put over here, let's say I put a return 404, and I uncomment this and I comment this, and I do a curl. Let's say I do a curl from this terminal here. So curl v, and then let me get this and go HTTPS. Port 443 connection using this. Moved permanent. No, it's still going to move permanently. It should not go here. It should not show me this. It should just show that I have not restarted Nginx. So let's say let's save this bit. I'm digressing from the topic, but it's okay. But this is something to play around with and check if it is working. It's a good thing always to check these things out. Let's say we would go here and we'll save that file. We'll save it and we'll close it, and this is where it is. Restart. It says everything is okay. It's then go to reload, and again to check the config, and this is what it will show. Alright, so this is the change we've made. So I want to see this 404 and also written out on that curl output in 443 block. So if we know that we are in this block, so that's good enough for us, and rest of these things we'll just see as to what is happening. So let's say we go back here and yeah, so curl again. Fine, so now it's changed to 404 not found, which is okay. So this is what we wanted to see, and up here it was 301 moved permanently. So from 301 we've got a 404, but this one is not showing us the message which I put over there. So again, just to check, what we can do is we can go to online curl. So online curl, and I think this one already would have my somewhere in the there it shows in 443 block. So this in 443 block is what we've gone ahead and we've coded over there. Let's say we were to change it again, just for testing purpose, to see if it works. So go here and we say block tested, okay, thanks, whatever, and go and save it again and reload Nginx and go here. Now this site is always slightly slow because in comparison to others, because I'm sure they get a lot of traffic and they have this excellent service going on over here. It's highly recommended to check if you want to online. Yeah, so that's okay, so that one works. So we know that what block is being responded to when we put HTTPS. So we are going into the 443 block, which is okay. So we know which port is being accessed when somebody is sending traffic to this particular URL, which is certbot certified. So if I were to again look at it here, and the reason I'm using Opera is because I obviously from the same this thing I need to use a VPN, otherwise I will not be able to access my own network. So if I don't use a VPN, I will not, from the same system I won't be able to access my network. So obviously I'm using a VPN, which is not a very good practice. There should be some other things which I should be able to do, but then it's okay. For now I think I'll manage with this. So here we go, let's see. Yeah, it's giving me a bad gateway. It has gone ahead and gone into admin approved accounts login. Not sure why. It should stick to this. It should not go to the HTTP. It's getting redirected to the HTTP over here. I'm not very sure why. I'm saying bad gateway because we obviously don't have anything running right now. We don't have anything after Nginx. We don't have the USGI, we don't have the Django. Once we have the USGI and Django is serving something on this URI, which is admin approved logins, we won't see this bad gateway over here. So that is one.